Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Paul's Case by Willa Cather. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right. Yeah. So Paul kills himself. I mean, let's just get that out the way. By the end of this work, Paul kills himself. It pretty much goes like this. Paul is doing bad at school. He's daydreaming. He's disruptive. He's just not a good student. He's failing. And they call his father in. They have like one of those school disciplinary tribunals, they tried to discipline Paul, but Paul really doesn't care about all of this. And his father wants to get him back on track and for him to, be a good person, finish school, get a good job, get married, have kids. I mean, every parent wants that for their kid, right? But Paul's not really interested in like the normal trajectory of life because for thousands of years, for all of human existence, that's what we've done. You're born, you go to school, or you get some type of whatever type of education is available wherever you are so that you can earn some type of money and then you reproduce and then you live the rest of your life. I mean, that's the human condition, that's the human existence, right? But Paul's not, he sees that all as monotony, all, just he's not interested in any of that. The only thing that he likes is being an usher at Carnegie Hall, and he likes to be around people who are telling stories. He likes to listen to the music at the hall. He likes his job because he can escape his mundane everyday life. But then that all gets taken away from him. The hall gets taken away from him. He fails school. The school contacts the hall. They let him go. He steals money from the hall and goes to New York, and he's on the run, technically. His father pays what he stole, so there's no legal proceedings to get Paul. But with all of this, Paul's life is pretty much over. He doesn't have anything to live for. He doesn't have anything that he likes. The one thing that he enjoyed was taken away from him. And then ultimately he goes back to Pittsburgh and he jumps in front of a train and dies. Um, so yeah. This reminds me of Bartleby, the Scribner. Um, that's another story. That's the guy's just like Paul here. Just they're not exactly alike, but they're very similar. It's like you know whatever. It's like that type of mentality. Most people, you're born, you grow up, and there's some certain things you want to achieve in life. In terms of deeper meaning analysis here, there's certain things you want to achieve in life. Maybe you want kids, maybe you want to be successful, maybe you want money, maybe you want to be a star, maybe you want to do something, maybe you want to change the world, maybe you want to end world hunger, maybe you want to be a doctor. uh, People usually have dreams and something that they want to live for. But Paul here, he didn't want to be a musician, he didn't want to be an actor, but he wanted to be next to them. He wanted to watch them. He wanted to listen to their stories. He wanted to look at the plays and all that kind of stuff at the hall. But he did not want to partake, which is quite interesting. It does make sense. I think some people in life, they don't want to be musicians and actors and successful and famous and all that kind of stuff, but they just want to be an average Joe and just watch and just enjoy the entertainment. Some people want to be the entertainment, and some people want to watch the entertainment. So go figure. I mean, I guess that's life in of a sense. Some people want to be in the play or want to have a part in the act of life, and some people just want to be in the audience. I guess yeah, that's pretty deep if you think about it, because that is life. Some people just want to become a cog in the machine, and others want to be the historical figures, the people that are never forgotten. And if you think about it, that's kind of like what life is sometimes. You have all the big historical figures of individuals who, did something great, who changed the world. Think about the George Washingtons, the Martin Luther Kings, the kings and queens, the inventors, the technology people that created the world's famous technology, or stuff like that. But then there's another group of people that nobody knows anything about, like the average Joes, the people that just were born, had a family, and died. Those people are just kind of like lost, because there's no, Instagram from the 1800s, and there's no Facebook, so we can't just pull out, daily content from people's lives from hundreds of years ago. So those average Joes and Janes, um, yeah, they're just lost to the sands of time. And Paul here, his demeanor, his actions, his behavior, it's quite depressing, quite sad. Ultimately, he committed suicide. He bought a gun at some point within the work, and he was thinking about killing himself that way, but he doesn't. He ends up just jumping in front of a train and just going, I guess, dead. Um, so, yeah. I mean, When you think about the modern world, you think about America, you think about Europe, and you think about the Western world and the current age that we live in. There are a lot of people that are facing this type of depression, this type of nothingness, this type of meaninglessness, where a lot of people don't have that much to live for, or they feel bored, or monotony, or there's no value, or just like Paul, they're like, nothing means nothing, and there's nothing special. And if I can't have this one thing that I enjoyed, well, I don't, they just end it. So that's Paul's case is an interesting case, but I wouldn't say it's peculiar. I wouldn't say it's strange, because this nowadays is very common, because there's so many suicides nowadays, and drug overdoses, and people dying before they've even lived. So Paul is definitely a case, but in my opinion, it's not a strange case. It's not something unheard of, and I think we definitely need to think about how can we get back to how people can be joyful and actually happy and have fulfilling lives, because Paul's case is becoming a regular in the modern world, where people are unsatisfied, undriven, unhappy, and yeah, the results are not on the up and up. All right, that's all I had to say. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.